heard about what's going on.
I just don't understand this, man.
I don't feel anything to say.
It's not asking too much. To come and visit occasionally after all. It's all the sort of things. Don't do that. I can't stand it. I bet you stay here this time.
What's my favorite?
Well, I told you about the ending. The ending was right. I hope I have a courage here. You want to ask the group? Yeah. Ask the group. So, you can ask the group.
Do you think that we've started? We just started, so it's totally fine. But actually, have we started? Do you think we've started? Well, we said 9:10. I think we had like a pretty hard beginning, except for it's always kind of hard to know because there's like that silence at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But Katie's here now, so. Maybe we could direct the question to us. Okay. Are you comfortable asking the group? Yeah. I'll ask the group. Have we started?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dawn. Suzanne.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Suzanne is new to the group, so I thought that today would be a good day for introductions.
Yeah.
Would you like to start?
I flew up from Cleveland today.
Oh.
Cleveland, Ohio. School teacher. I got a $250 round trip.
Oh, that's a very good deal.
Jennifer helped me out. It's nice. But yeah, so should I should start with introductions, you're saying?
I think it would be helpful for the group if we all introduced ourselves and maybe a little bit about what brought us here to the group.
Okay. So, hi guys, how are you? My name is Suzanne Calcides. I am a school teacher. Mrs. Calcides, what my students call me. I'm a cool teacher, but I'm actually not a teacher. I'm a counselor. I'm an advanced counselor for Akron Public School District, and that's why I had to go to Cleveland because I'm from Akron, but Cleveland was a cheaper trip. So I am here to, talk about anxiety for young students, and we're here to talk about group therapy, and I'm here to show a little dance. So yeah, I teach pre-K through 3rd grade. Oh. I mean, I'm a counselor.
Oh.
Substitute sometimes. But yeah.
It's great to have you, Suzanne.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Suzanne?
Yeah.
Suzanne.
What'd you say?
Suzanne?
Yeah, Suzanne. Okay. Mrs. Calcides, for sure.
Is it okay if we call you Suzanne, or do you prefer Mrs. Calcides?
Oh, geez. My students, they would be laughing right now. You can call me Suzanne. Suzanne.
Suzanne. Suzanne. Okay,
Yes.
so we have Suzanne today from Akron. And would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Sure. I'm Linda Felcher. I guess you could say I'm an artist. I dance at night at different clubs. Just just riding the Orinoco flow here, so see what happens.
Linda's been in our group for 7 years, so if you have any questions. And, okay, so Alex is not here yet. Katie. It's Katie.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I was sort of brought in for something later in the group session, so I'm going to hold off for now if they can just say hi. Yeah, for now.
And then you of course all know Jennifer.
Hi. I'm Jennifer, in therapy, and I'm here tonight because this is my show.
And how is it going, your show?
I don't know, you're the expert, and what's your unprofessional opinion?
I'm drawing a blank, and I'm thinking about how we all want to be understood so much here. So I'm thinking it's going well because there's a lot of tooth so far in the conversation.
I see that.
I could use a little bit of giving from the group about where they're at with being understood, what their position is on being understood. So our goal is to connect here, or is it to be right?
It just feels like a little early and to be understood right now. We're only like 5 minutes in.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something. And this may be presumptuous, Suzanne, but I'm sensing that there's a little bit of we forget to play here, right? So there's this sense that because we are in group and we are doing therapy that it's serious work, and it is serious work. But just as and correct me if I'm wrong here, just as a child in a dramatic play scenario, their intelligence heightens through the performance in that scenario, I think that we need to play a little more.
Play. That's exactly what my practice is. That's what it's exactly,
Play-based.
yes.
Would you, this is a big ask, I understand that was a long flight from Cleveland, but...
It was great, it was 45 minutes.
Oh,
Nice. Quick, easy.
well, that's great.
Yeah.
And was that Southwest?
And
Or,
some Cheetos.
oh, Southwest, or do you fly?
I flew Delta this time.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a deal. I had some flyer mileages, and then Jennifer helped me out a little bit.
okay.
It was nice. Quick flight. Got a taxi. Came right here.
Amazing. I'm wondering if you have the energy to do a little...
Yeah, it's kind of a playground dance, but I'll just start. Should I start? Okay, let me do it. So let me just get through. Oh my God. Are you okay? Yeah.
Suzanne?
Yeah, I'm good. You guys okay? Sorry. Whew. Okay, so my name is Ms. Calcides, like you know. So I like to get my students together. Can I have a little bit of some volunteers? I need about 5 people. Jennifer, come in. Any more? Oh, people. Come on. Okay, come in.
Michael.
Come in, yes. Come on in here. Let's get in here. So let's gather in a circle. I'm going to try to do this really fast. Okay. We get one more person? Jesus. Okay, come in here. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, see ya. So, this dance, it's a playground dance for students, but I like to use it to get everyone jumping up, get some action going. What do you say? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, I'm a cool teacher. Everyone thinks I'm a cool teacher. Well, I am. I'm a bass. Yeah. So let's just get started. So we're gonna do, first of all, the dance starts with a little bit of emotion. So it's called pizza, 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 daddy-o. That's what the dance goes. So let's say, pizza, pizza, daddy-o. That's how it goes, okay? So I'm gonna do it, oh, I thought you were one of the person. Get out of my way. So here we go. So we're gonna do it starts like this. It goes, cross, out, cross, out, together. So I'm going to do it in a fast motion, because people are overachievers, they want to see it in fast motion, okay? So it's going to go cross, out, together. Okay. So you guys want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say it. Cross, out, together. You got it? Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are fast learners. So, yeah, so it has a little bit of a song that goes to it. So it goes, well, the original song, I taught at a school, an all-girls academy for about 10 years before I entered clapped in really loud in my ear, I can hear. So, I taught at an all-girls academy, and you know, the song, you know, I used to teach it as, Kathy has a girlfriend. Oh wait, hold on. Not Kathy has a girlfriend. Kathy has a boyfriend. Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. So, but you know, Kathy doesn't always have a boyfriend, okay? So I want to inspire my students. I want them to be in a safe environment. You know, not gender binary. So it's like, so I changed it up a little bit. I changed it up. It's more appropriate. Okay. So it's Kathy has a friend, pizza, pizza, daddy-o. So that's how it's gonna go. And then it goes. So every time you're doing pizza, pizza, daddy-o, you're doing the cross, out, cross, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then you go. So I'm gonna do it really fast. Okay, ready? Pizza. Oh wait, that's not how it goes. Hold on 1 second. I had a couple beers. My husband, he would really be upset with me right now. So I'm gonna do it. Kathy has a friend. Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. How do I know it? Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. 'Cause she told me pizza, pizza, daddy-o. So that's the song. And then when you're done with that part of the song, you go, now everyone, so I'm in the middle, okay? But you guys are gonna have your chance to be in the middle. Because you're gonna go, after we're done with the song, we're gonna go, now clap it, daddy-o. Now everyone has to do a different motion every time. It can be now blink it, daddy-o. Kids love that. Or, you know, the kids like it, shake it, daddy-o. Little inappropriate. But basically, and then you go, end it, daddy-o. And then I'm pointing at you, so you have to come in, you know. So, okay, I'll help you out. So, we're gonna do it. Ready? Kathy has a friend. Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. How do I know it? Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. 'Cause she told me pizza, pizza, daddy-o. Now, let's...
Wiggle it,
daddy-o. Let's...
Snap it,
daddy-o. Let's end it, daddy-o. But you guys don't do that.
Oh.
I hate when kids do that. They always, daddy, you don't do that. It's okay. So listen, okay, so who did you point at? Do it, you ready?
Okay.
End it, daddy-o. Spin around, you gotta spin around.
And the daddy-o.
This girl? Okay, let's go.
Do I start with a crisscross?
No. Yeah, you start with the thing. So ready?
Okay.
Kathy has a friend. Pizza, pizza, daddy-o.
How do I know?
How do I know it? Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. 'Cause she told me, pizza, pizza, daddy up. Let's
Spin it,
daddy up. Let's
up and down.
daddy up. So you can really tell that this is a playground song because you know, how do I know it? Kids love to be crazy. So but that's how I get my kids up and jumping. They really love it. They love to explore the different, I mean, kids go wild. They're very creative. They love to do different motions. But yeah, that's the dance. I mean, if we want to keep going, I mean, I don't know. Did you guys learn it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
It got you up and pumping,
Would
right?
dance again, yeah.
And it got your brain moving because you're thinking constantly, what am I going to do? You know, what I'm nuts, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's me. I'm sweating. But yeah. Learned a lot about my students, and yeah. So thank you guys so much. Thanks, volunteers.
How was that?
It's invigorating.
Degrading.
Invigorating.
I hope it wasn't invigorating. You guys are silly. Silly? It was silly. Oh no, my performance was not silly, so you guys are a little silly. Oh, you guys make me laugh. Have a good time.
Suzanne, I think it's cool that you seem to really like your job.
I love my job.
That's cool.
I'll do anything for those kids. I'll take a bullet for those kids.
Wow, that's really sweet. Wow.
How does it feel to be supported by the group, for them to risk
It was,
that?
you know, I've never taught over third grade a dance. It was the first time. It's a big deal.
Wow. It certainly made me feel like a third grader.
Right, you know, it was interesting to see because I'm always jumping around like a kangaroo out there. So in front of these children, so they just see it. You know, they have this influential adult in front of them jumping around with them. So it's, you know, it's almost, you know, it's amazing for them. But when you see this, you know, you're kind of questioning. You're like, who is that? What's she doing? You know, and you're in a good, you know, a big group of, you know, older adults. So it was interesting to see everyone's faces and that everyone played together like they knew it. I mean, geez, like they wanted to, you know, they were mad that they weren't a volunteer. You know, I feel like I could see people out in the audience, they want to join in.
Do you want to ask? Do you want to ask us? You know, we could tell you. You said, "Who is she? What is she doing?" Do you want us to answer that?
Yeah, because I've been wondering for years. I said, what is she doing? You know?
So what is she doing?
So Kathy had a friend. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? What is she doing?
I was just thinking about how it might help if you saw yourself reflected back at you by having one of us play the role that you just played, right? That's what we did last time. A double.
Which is a very supportive suggestion. Thanks. Would you like to double?
All right. I'm going to take off my shoes. She has to come up here too, right?
I think she fell.
I'm reenacting?
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Came after that.
Oh, pizza, pizza, daddy-o.
Pizza, pizza, daddy-o.
Wow.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
What did you notice about yourself?
I noticed that, you know, I'm a very good performer. It's ridiculous. Jeez, what else I know? You know, I mean, my footsteps were probably more to beat, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm a good performer. I didn't know, I haven't seen myself. That was the first time I saw myself. That was amazing. Thank you for allowing me to see myself.
How does that feedback feel to hear?
Makes me feel good. I'm glad that I can help you. And I can't help but wonder if maybe what Suzanne saw in herself also might have been something that I possess. And now I feel connected to you.
Me too.
Okay.
Next. Just kidding.
Well, does anybody in the group have something they need help with today?
I accidentally pulled out my IUD yesterday. I don't know if you guys can help me.
Does anybody in the group feel comfortable saying how it feels to hear this member of group share this information with us? Yeah.
I feel triggered.
Oh. Okay.
Do you feel triggered to do the same? You said what?
Depends. You know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, with a reenactment like that, I would like to, you know, experience it for myself. Maybe I'd better connect, but I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, I don't suggest that we reenact the IUD. Just because I am unlicensed, so I don't have insurance. But I mean, it's very generous of you to share that with the group. And you as well, Erica. Your response. You know, we're all pregnant with our own change. And we build as a group. So perhaps, you know, I'm feeling a little like it's time for a bit of a reality check. Linda, do you think you could chime in here?
Yeah, I think we're all went to a really vulnerable state right now. So I think, can I share something I'm working on? that might help the situation. Okay. I'm working on. I started a YouTube channel of like meditation videos, and this is. I'm sort of something that helped me, so I've kind of like paid forward. So here, I'm gonna try something. Okay. So what I find when I get very anxious, I turn to YouTube and check out meditation, visualization videos. So this is something I've been working on my own. So let's start. So everybody, take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. You can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Inhale, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 5. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. Now do this several times. Inhale. Exhale. Now scan your body. Think of a warm, healing energy starting from the tips of your toes, going up your legs, to your pelvis, to your belly, through your heart, through your neck, through the top of your head. Imagine the energy expanding. Inhale. Exhale. Now imagine a space, a special place. It could be imaginary, it could be somewhere from memory, it could be a seaside, a grassy meadow. Imagine the pesticide-free leaves brushing against your body. Imagine the air flowing against your hair, against your cheeks. Breathe in that smog-free air. Inhale. Exhale. Free from any destruction our little race can cause, free of radioactive fallout. It's, you know, special. Inhale, exhale. Now, in the distance, you see someone familiar, someone you know from your past. Could be family member, friend, could be a lover, someone who makes you feel warm and special. Don't think of someone who might have caused you harm, someone, you know, made plenty of sacrifices and life-altering decisions, thought you'd spend the rest of your lives together, but, you know, it kind of stopped texting you. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. yourself floating in this space. You're really just a tiny, tiny, insignificant speck on this pebble we call Earth, zooming in space around a dying sun. It's quite special. Just remember all the successes and failures you might have had, especially the successes of, you know, that person who stopped texting you. It doesn't really matter in the end, because everything gets lost in the seas of time, and we're all pretty insignificant in the void, you know. Inhale, exhale. Well, I think we're gonna end our journey here. So take your time to come back, and yeah, hope you enjoyed my little spiel. Okay. Take your time.
It reminds me so much of what we were talking about last week, Linda.
Agreed.
About not being special.
Yeah. I feel like I grew a lot since that conversation. Yeah.
First step to connection
Yeah.
is acknowledging that you're not special.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
I'm still, you know, working at night for money, but that's what you gotta do. Working that, you know, just like do some numbers sometimes. No one will know, just like go out to a bar, but it's still okay. Still working through it.
You having a reaction, Jennifer?
I guess I am. Yeah. Well, I'd be curious to hear how this notion of not being special sat with the rest of the group, because I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, very stubborn about that. Yeah, you don't want to let that one go. That's why you're here, right?
Yes.
Welcome, Alex.
Hey, sorry.
Okay.
Everybody has a really big group today.
Yeah.
I got stuck behind a garbage truck. It wasn't my fault. There was only one guy working the garbage truck. Usually there's three. If someone driving, two people putting the garbage in. There's only one guy doing everything. It took a really long time. I'm really sorry.
See, that sounds special to me.
It's funny you should say that, actually, because I felt kind of called out in a sort of uncomfortable way when you said, "Hi, Alex." Okay. Sorry, I didn't actually want to be special in that moment.
So you're relating to yourself as being in the hot seat right now.
I feel really hot. I'm schwitzing. Just like garbage all around.
We have a funny way of creating patterns.
No, but there was a lot of garbage.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Like the guy that was in the truck, he would get out, he would take some of the garbage back, and he would go back to the front of the truck to keep driving, and then people would run out of the houses and say, like, "You forgot this garbage." And he would have to get back out of the truck and go back out over and take the garbage and put it in the back of the truck. Like, this happened many times. Like, it's not like he would go into the front and drive a little bit down the block. In fact, he wouldn't at all. He would have to go in and then go back out as more people ran from the houses to bring more garbage. There was no progress being made.
I experienced the same thing getting here. It was just a little earlier today, but so I feel you.
Yeah. See, I'm not that special.
I'm suffering from a little bit of a UTI right now. So I'm going to ask that we take a 10-minute break, if that's all right with the group, just so that I can deal with my infection.
Humiliation, loneliness, identity, need for validation, trust, vulnerability, self-deprecation, surroundedness, synergy, suffocation.
Things to need.
Yeah.
you want to ask the group what we need from you? Okay. Okay.
Okay, so what do you need from me, I guess? Yeah.
What is your motive?
When?
General, or having a seat?
What Linda's trying to say is, why are you asking us?
Because I don't want to be alone.
That's why we come to group.
Yeah.
You know, you don't watch videos of somebody working out to get strong. You go to the gym. You sure do, right? So you don't go to therapy alone to get fixed. This is the gym. Right? So we are working out.
Well, I love working out.
I see you nodding your head, Alex.
Yeah, it's a little hard to put into words.
Okay. Could you put it into something else?
No, I just feel like I'm really bad at exercising. To continue the metaphor.
Oh. And you missed the pizza daddy-o.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Missed it.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I don't judge.
Okay. Well, maybe we can do some pizza. Oops, okay.
I'd be happy to lead if you're not back from Cleveland.
You want to do more pizza daddy?
Next week.
Oh, next week. Oh, you know, I have a teachers convention in San Diego. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. It's so crazy. I get to travel for work all the time.
Will you be flying Delta, or are you also flying
you know,
Delta?
with the convention, they have it all set up for me. I don't know what I'm flying. Hopefully Southwest, because you get 2 bags. You get to check 2 bags. So. You have a lot of pantsuits. My husband can't come.
May I make a suggestion? We could just Skype you in.
Amazing. Let's do it. I would love to.
Okay, so Skype. So we'll talk about that after this session.
I have a little something I want to do. Not a performance. I just brought my little spray bottle. Just thought it would cleanse the area.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Sure.
It's something I like to do with my practices. I hope no one's allergic to rosemary, lavender, and peppermint. Nobody? Got a couple students in there. Beautiful. This is great.
Thank you.
A little stinky in here. How's gas?
Wow.
Did everyone get a whiff?
Yeah. So Suzanne is performing a lot of generosity here. A giving performance by Suzanne. I'm wondering how we could give to Alex right now. Right? We haven't forgotten you. I think this is just a hunch. My hunch is that you need to express something to us. And I really want to support you in that.
Yeah, I just feel like Suzanne is really likable. Like yeah, and you know that, and you hold that in you, and then we feel that, and we like you, and I don't feel like I like myself that way, and then you all feel that, and then like you don't like me either. So just like.
So is group about how you feel?
Yes.
So we're gonna try something here, and I'm gonna ask you to perform ahead of yourself. Okay? Ready? I have instruments.
I know.
Here. So we're gonna work on. We agreed on this, that when you went down this thought worm hole, that I will bring out. Remember?
Yes.
So. This is one of the agreements of group. I have arthritis, so can you just take it? So, okay. Let's hear some, how are you relating to yourself right now? Let's hear a little bit of that. It's almost like an emotional constipation with you. Right?
It doesn't. It feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you're performing on that level, right? And we're trying to, I want to unzip you from yourself, right?
Right.
So I want to push you. Pound it out a little.
Okay.
So would it be helpful, I know there's that person in your life that's caused a lot of some of this spiraling. We've talked about this person a lot, and I'm wondering if it would be helpful to call on somebody, you know, if I could find somebody in the group and you could directly speak to them. What does the group think? Sounds like a good idea.
Nobody actually seems very enthusiastic about that idea, but we can do it anyway.
Do you want to ask us if we're enthusiastic about that idea? Ask us.
Are you guys enthusiastic about, do you guys actually want me to share more?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Linda, that's when you might have said, what are your motives for asking us that? Why are you asking us that question?
No, I liked the response.
Well, is there somebody from... Oh, see, that was immediate. Okay, so maybe you could come out here. Can you bring your own chair, actually? Yeah. If you could bring your chair and be in the center. Sure. Yeah, that's probably best. Okay. So, right?
Yeah, okay.
It is and it isn't.
Okay.
They are not special.
Okay.
It's a start.
butthole, baby. You know, it makes me
it's your duty to put it in my booty. Shooby doo wop, doo wop, doo wop, doo wop, dooby dooby doo wop, dooby shoo wop, doo wop, doo wop, dooby 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 dop dop dop, shooby dop bop, shabby bop, shooby doo wop, doo wop, dee ba da ba da ba da ba dooby dop, dee ba da, dee ba da, dee ba da, doo ba da, doo wop, dop dee ba da doo wop, dee ba dee ba da doo, shooby dop, dee ba da dee ba da doo ba da, doo ba da, sa ba da ba da, doo ba da ba da ba da, doo 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 ba da ba da, d Humans are disgusting creatures. Humans are, sorry, gross. But when I lick your butt hole, that's when I love you the most. Baby, I'm toast. The butthole is a sacred space. That's why I want your butthole in my face. The butthole is the boundary between the inside and the out. That's why I want your butthole in my mouth. Humans have so many holes. Maybe that's why I don't feel whole. I want your hole. That's what I'm saying. I want your hole to touch my hole. I want our holes to be whole. Everybody has a butthole. At least I'm fairly certain that everybody has, even Buddha, especially Buddha, had a butthole. So have a little compassion for your fellow buttholes. Humanity as a whole, one big butthole. Love, 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 love. Buttholes. Everybody love, 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 love. Okay, on the next one, buttholes. Love, 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 love. Buttholes. Love, 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 love. Buttholes.
You've been holding that at your perineum, and it was almost as if you found the butthole in the crown of your head and you actually pushed that thought worm through and out. And this performance of you, we would like to see more. I mean, I think I can speak for the group, we would like to see more of that. What did you think about? There was I noticed a lot of laughter. What was your takeaway from that performance?
I feel humiliated, honestly.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, I maybe was supposed to be more cathartic for me and for other people, but I actually just feel really embarrassed that I told the group about this.
Well, I thought it was very brave. I too love to lick buttholes, and I'm glad you shared that and made other people feel solidarity for, tossing that salad.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a little inappropriate. It's not something I would show my students.
It's something I would show my students. You should. I'd love to have you on my show sometime.
Really?
But I have licked my husband's. Which is, so I can't, he's mine. It was salty. Hairy. Disgusting. I liked it. And I think this is really good because it is so inappropriate. But it's opened something for me because I didn't really get to share what I just shared about my husband's butthole.
That's what I'm talking about, the opening. That's, it's special on many, many levels. Like, so I'm glad that it got through to you. Yeah. I hate this part of therapy where we just stare at each other. I really don't know what to say.
Do you want to ask me what I'm thinking? Do you want to ask the group what the group's thinking?
What are you thinking?
Trying to think about what this idea of a comprehensive group discussion means right now.
Well, I do feel like some members of the group have not been talking that much. Sometimes you need to make space for people who don't feel like they can take the space to take it.
Do you have a suggestion?
No.
Okay. Well, I recently learned about an exercise, and I will share my chair for this one. And Jennifer has been very enthusiastic about group, and she's been sending me a lot of links. First I was a little bit resistant to the links because of I'm still using dial-up, so it takes a long time for me to load a video. But one of the links she sent me to was on YouTube, and it was a chair-based exercise. And Jennifer, you could present this to the group. Would you be comfortable presenting to the group the chair exercise? Now, does somebody sit in the chair in the exercise? No. Okay. It's unfortunate. It's a great chair. It's for the lumbar. If you work a lot from home, which you wouldn't know this, but in therapy there's a lot of billing and administration. So I put a lot on my desk, at my desk, on my computer. So we pick somebody from the group, correct? And or somebody volunteers, and then they direct their conversation to the chair.
Right, so somebody, we have before us an empty chair. Look at the chair and get a sense of who might be occupying that chair for you tonight. Who's in the chair for you right now? Who's sitting in that chair? And then if someone feels compelled to talk to that person, they can get up and address them. To start, you can go around the room and say, who is in that chair for you? I'll start. I guess it's the dewdrop within which I was conceived.
For me, it's my daughter, Cynthia. She lives in Seattle. And I'm going to Washington to the San Juan Islands in the spring. And I won't be seeing Cynthia because we haven't spoken in 10 years. So that's Cynthia, and next to her is her husband, Todd.
John Cusack in the 80s.
My mom.
My son's twin boys.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Weir.
My family dog that I grew up with. She was a Shih Tzu.
Love that kind of dog. The anal glands thing is unfortunate.
What is that?
Just that you have to, I mean, I know it's an expensive, you have to get their anal glands cleaned every month.
Yeah.
My new boss.
My therapist.
My sister.
My friend Denise. She's great.
Kevin.
I think it's a mix between my father and my ex-boyfriend.
For me, it's not so much a person, but more of like a feeling or a black hole into where all my failures lie.
An old teacher.
I'm seeing Pootie Tang. I see Alex, but before the sexy song when she looked like Rick Moranis from The Great Outdoors.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The dream that I had last night.
The year 2016.
Mom.
My Aunt Mike.
Chair. Carrot.
My cat Roger. Snowman.
Penny. My last great piece. 2015.
Laverne from the front office at my old job.
I'm really sorry, this is really embarrassing. I have no idea what we're doing. just recap really quickly who the person in the chair is supposed to be. I just thought it just turned up for 1 second.
I'm gonna guess it's the person with the butthole.
Okay, I'm supposed to work backwards logically. So that is
The person who's in the chair for you right now.
oh, just like who's there?
Yeah.
Casper.
My brother-in-law, but not for his butthole. I just want to specifically.
I saw my weed dealer's butt on Instagram, and that butt.
I see my grandmother.
Oscar the Grouch.
It's like half man and half snake.
Danny.
My little brother.
My twin.
Nothing at all. I see my better self who actually does sun salutations instead of telling people that I started doing that.
My mechanic.
Myself, which there is no sun, yoga version of.
And I saw all the buttholes in this room fused into one butthole.
I see my dog Fig. My friend Tori.
My mother.
I was a little late to the session. What we see in the chair?
Who we see in the chair?
Who? You see a beautiful horse. It's an animal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know how the chair works, so if it's facing away from me, like if his back is turned to me, it's probably death.
I would say Jesus.
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 That's a good. Sydney? My brother.
My boss.
See my ex who shamed me for having a tongue unfortunately too short to reach their butthole. Father George.
My best friend.
Can you sit right here?
Craig David.
Ralph Nader, or Ralph Nader.
Steve Jobs.
Old friend.
My dog, Coco.
Make yourself.
Michael Stipe. And whoever said Moby.
I see the chair as kind of a lily. It's rising up and coming out of it. The room just falls apart, and it's Suzanne in the middle.
Oh my God.
Pastor
I love it.
Owl. An owl.
Fräulein Maria.
My childhood idea of Catholicism that came like 20% from church and 80% from reading Angela's Ashes at a holy place.
Yeah. Robert Mapplethorpe.
Sure. Does anybody want to address one of those people?
Or do.
Oh. Come on up and address. Oh. That person over there.
You want to address me?
Yeah. Just want to know what Moby means to you.
Well, I was just listening to him on the way here.
Song Porcelain?
I thought I'd start back, but giving more time and I'll have more time to listen. It's a long discography. Very long.
Does anybody in the room feel ready to talk to Moby? Right? What does Moby wear?
Turtle.
Shirt. All black. Shirt. I imagine him like a clean sandal. No hair. I actually see him in more of a zip up. Yeah, I can see that, a microfiber zip up. Hoodie? A microfiber hoodie. No, a mountain neck zip up. Yeah. Sportier. Yeah. And then like he's very thin because he's vegan, so. And tell him how special his music has been for us. Erica, you're ready to talk to Moby?
Yeah, I just want to tell Moby that I've never been able to tell him, but his MTV Cribs episode let me know that it's okay to be depressed. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but it was amazing. His wife had just left him, and he walked through every room stating that this is where she used to cook. And this is where they used to make their bed. And this is where they used to sit and have dinner, but she's no longer there, so it's a really good episode. But then I knew that it was okay to be depressed even with Moby, so.
So come on up and thank Moby.
I really just want to tell you that, Moby. Thank you for that.
Maybe it'd be helpful if we all thanked Moby. Okay. So, let's look at the chair. I think it's helpful to imagine his head. It's the most distinct thing about him. And then, 1, 2, 3, and then thank you, Moby. So. Thank you, Moby. So,
I just want to say, I don't know who the hell Moby is. I was thinking of Shania Twain. So when you guys said that, I said Shania Twain.
Shania's in the chair, right? I mean, that's the beauty of the exercise. So you can imagine her hair.
Imagine whatever you want.
What would you say to Shania?
If Shania was here, I would thank her for just all of what she's done for my life. as a musical artist.
Oh, I didn't know that you were a musical artist as well.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, she has her being a musical artist. Just want to thank her for that.
Okay, so we can thank Shania. Same formula. Thank you, Shania. Okay. I'm feeling a little, honestly, to be giving to the group, I'm feeling a little out of my element because we're in, usually I practice out of my apartment in the West Village just for a group of 5 or 6 30-year-olds, generally white women. And I didn't go to school for art, so I just feel a little out of my, I don't have a I specialize in social performance therapy, but I don't have a performance background. So I brought in a supplement today. I diverted some of the funds from the group, because as you can imagine, $70 per person with a roughly 50 or 75 people coming, I'm supporting myself well, and I'm able to split my time between the West Village and Southern Connecticut. So I've actually brought in a specialist, an art therapist. Well, not quite an art therapist, but an artist. So she's actually a friend of my son, Philip's. And Philip is very artistic. He does glass blowing. And he has a friend from the studio, Katie, who agreed to come in on an honorarium basis. Katie has recently come into a serious problem with her car, and so she's stranded and staying with me in Queens. And I offered to help her do a little work trade study. So maybe, Katie, you could lead us in the exercise that you prepared.
Great.
Thanks.
Yeah! I'm really grateful for this opportunity. So I thought about the chair thing, and I thought about the shame we all might have felt about the person in the chair, or the object in the chair, or the great piece of art we might have made in 2015 who was sitting in the chair. And I thought maybe we could all do something to deal with that shame that we might have felt about the chair and the person sitting in the chair. So I've brought some things. If you're sitting in a chair, you might find beneath you some things. So I've brought some things which I like to call the earth, and some things which I like to call the work. And if you feel uncomfortable possessing these things, the earth and the work, feel free to pass them to someone who doesn't have them. I have my own earth and work back here. So we're going to listen to some music, and while we listen, we have the opportunity to see how the earth and the work might interact. want you to take that art, take that thing you made, and I want you to give it to someone you love or rip it up. Give it to someone you love or rip it up. Someone you love or rip it up.
Right here. Hold on.
Right here. You might not know you love them yet. They might not know you love them yet. Or rip it up. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Katie, I wanted to give this to you.
Thank you. Oh my God. That's amazing.
Not much of a drawer.
It's incredible. Thank you so much.
Who ripped it up?
What'd you do with the rippings?
I gave it.
Oh. That's creative. That was an unexpected outcome. How are you feeling about not ripping it up? You gave it. You did.
I mean, it's interesting. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week about wanting to give people what I think they want and making sure that they're happy, you know.
Right, you said, I believe you said, Jennifer is everyone and everywhere. There's a Jennifer for that.
Yeah, I probably did say that.
I don't want to twist your words, but it definitely struck a chord with me.
How so?
Well, it just sounds hard.
Well, it is hard.
I wonder if you could kind of give us more about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's like, where are they going? You know?
Well, they might need to go to the bathroom. You could ask them, you're going to pee? So he was going to pee, and then she was probably also, and now they're going to have to deal with that.
It's okay.
Right?
Yeah. No,
The reality doesn't start once we walk into the room. It's still happening. They're still walking to the bathroom, and now they're probably at the bathroom. And they're probably opening the door. I think she got there first, and she went in.
There's 2 bathrooms.
There's 2 bathrooms, but you don't know which bathroom people are going to choose.
It reminds me of being a child and playing hide and seek. And I thought that if I covered my eyes, no matter where I was, that I'd be gone.
That's the stage when the ego comes in. It makes sense that you would remember that stage.
Well, I've been working on this piece about it. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, is it cool?
Yeah. I want to interrupt. You usually, I have a computer it's behind the Japanese partition in my guest room.
Okay.
So if you go through, there's that painting with the marbles kind of set into the wood grain.
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay, so that was a trade thing. Just for future reference, if any of you are artists and you do want to trade artwork in exchange for therapy, I have done that in the past. So this is a piece that I got from that. So you go past that, and then go through the door, and then go past the Japanese partition, which is from Pearl River. It's not from Japan. And then behind that, I've hid my computer.
Okay. think I found it?
Yeah.
It's a MacBook, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We only have a few minutes because it dies without the power cord.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually a power book, but it's fine.
Okay. It sort of starts in this hypothetical where, like, we're talking about shame, and then you ask me if I'm ashamed.
Do you want to ask me if I want to ask you if you're ashamed?
Do you want to ask me if I'm ashamed?
Are you ashamed?
Steve, you can play the track. The idea was to become famous, to celebrate who she is, and who we could all be. And the truth is, Jennifer has always been famous. My job was just to make it known that it has always been so. It was just the rigor, the self-discipline, the competitive nature, the business acumen, the determination in the face of challenges. None of this came naturally to Jennifer. She was inert, insecure, reliant on social accountability, and the labor of others to get things done. She was on mushrooms. She was an imperfect doll in that she was not a doll. She was an imperfect human in that she was not human. So that question you asked about shame, am I ashamed? I'm ashamed, 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 I'm ashamed.
Forgot to tell everybody about the UU thing.
Yeah, I forgot to. I just love it.
I agree. Wow. Do you want to ask the group what that felt like for them?
Yeah. Yeah, so what did that feel like for you?
Was it it? What are you ashamed about?
I guess who I was before everybody knew that I was famous.
You're famous?
Who's asking?
Oh, I guess I am.
Oh, Suzanne. I really didn't see you said it. Who's famous?
Oh, I did. I said you're famous?
You said you're famous?
Question mark?
Yes, I'm famous.
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Vanilla.
I just haven't seen you on the Ellen show or anything. You haven't?
Making my first television appearance tomorrow, but Ellen will have to wait.
Congrats!
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed.
Can tell. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
It's like what you were saying, Alex. You can tell that she likes herself.
I
That's
know,
what
she's
I
here.
listen to.
You were so young. It's okay. Oh, should I?
Well,
how did you feel about that, Carmen?
I really related to it.
Okay. Oh.
I do want to ask them why they're leaving the room, but in the interest of
There's
it being
still
on
shame
topic, yeah, there's probably some shame happening there. Well, I don't. You know that I don't give out compliments loosely, but I loved that song. It's very catchy, and I will sing it when I'm driving later. Yeah. It's a lot to me. Yeah. I like the part where it goes from being I'm ashamed to end my shame. Yeah, I had a nice moment in the studio when I discovered that too. Yeah. So I'm wondering what that looks like here. I'm gonna try something. So, what's my writing log? I wanted to sort of use some of that giving energy of the end on the end my shame side, and try out the exercise from the other link that you sent me, where it's sort of like an Sisyphean task. Sisyphean task. So, how it's going to work is we're going to perform a little bit of what's called an emotional symphony. Okay? So you are all an instrument of your own change, and you are all pregnant with sound. And the sound that I'm going to ask you to give is something that you think might end my shame, because I'm going to sit in the chair. And I will direct you. I'm going to actually raise the height of the chair so that I can sort of do it. I will direct you, and when I sort of do this, that means that's when you say the thing that will end my shame. And I think we can build up to where we're all saying things, and then we sort of come down to where maybe it's just the one. And again, it doesn't need to be words, and it could be a gesture, and it could be a smell, and it could be a sound. Is this the way I kept? This is the way I kept falling yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Okay. So I didn't fall this way.
This is great.
Okay. So I'm gonna think of what you think might end my shame. And I don't have to be me, right? So I could be you. And I could be a mirror. And you could say something that would end your shame. Because most of you don't know me. My name is Alex Schmidt, and I'm an unlicensed social therapist. I was not trained at the Eastside Institute, but my group therapist was. Okay. So start warming up your instruments like they do in the beginning of the symphony. And now we're going to translate it into words if you've got them, and if you don't have words, or if you, yeah, I don't want to assume anybody has those. So. Anybody else in the room has a little bit of shame that they need to exercise out of the butthole at the top of their head. I know there's somebody in here who feels a lot of shame. Or even a little bit. Well, I'm not special, so I can't be the only one here. Oh. I knew it was on the edge, and it was on the tip of my mind. I knew there was someone in here. Would it help if you got to sit in my chair?
I want someone else to get some space.
You want someone else to get some space?
No, I think that looks really, really beautiful, and I want someone in the group that you know I don't know very well to experience that.
What do you think? You capable of conducting a symphony? Woo!
Do you want to use the chair?
Yeah.
It's up to you. It's really.
peeing on. Okay. Would one of you like to do it? You got it. Your friend's supporting you.
To wrap up. So if I could actually have the group up here. Come on. And Katie, you can step in for this session. This is an opportunity for all of us to share a few last closing thoughts and words. So I'm going to share with all of you. I will invoice you separately using a new system I've been working on with my accountant. So.
Oh. Way to give me the mic. So, I'm just so honored to be here. And I'm strictly, this is volunteer work for me, okay? You don't owe me anything. Volunteer, that's how I do it. So.
I never really thought of the power of buttholes before this evening. And yeah, my mind just blown, and yeah.
I think it's incredible. It's been so long since we all experienced Pizza Daddy-O. Feels like it was years ago. Feels like that was back in 2015. You know? And it's just incredible to be on the mic right now. I just really don't want to give it up, but thanks for listening, and I really can't wait till next group.
Thank you guys. Again, I'm really sorry that I missed Pizza Daddy-O. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Because of the garbage truck, which I don't think I mentioned that actually. Because of the because I was stuck behind a garbage truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was stuck behind a garbage truck.
Yeah, garbage truck.
Anyway, because I was stuck behind an actual garbage truck inside my lift, I can tell you the truth, which is that the Lyft driver the whole time was looking back over his shoulder at me and saying, just repeating, helpless, helpless. And that's not some kind of like meta note that I'm leaving on, that's just what actually happened because I was actually stuck in my lift behind a real garbage truck. And the lift driver was helpless to do anything about it.
Hate that.
But I did want to say thank you to Linda. Linda gave me her art, and I really felt that love, and I really needed that love, and I'm open to exploring, you know, whatever new things. What I shared today helped you realize that you might like to explore.
Just want to say thanks to everyone for being here, showing up. It takes a lot of effort to come. And Alex, you've really struggled a lot, and you're willing to face that struggle, and I really admire that. And Katie, you're so creative. And I didn't even know you painted.
You paint?
And Clarke, thanks for filming. And Linda, I want to go to your YouTube page. And Suzanne, next time I'm in Akron, I'm gonna call you. Akron? Yeah. Akron.
Take it to TJ Fridays.
I'd love it.
Okay.
And Alex, I mean, you already know what I'm gonna say, you always know what I'm thinking. But Alex has been my guru for years, and I'm honestly like a fan, you know? And you said so many wise things tonight, and I'm also sort of wondering if I can just like steal your set list of aphorisms off the clipboard after the show and hang it up on my wall or something. But mostly, last of all, I just want to say that I hope you all come to the next
Jennifer Vanilla live at the
How do you guys feel after group therapy?
It was the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. I really feel like it brought a lot of my issues to light. Suzanne was the star.
I love Suzanne.
How do you guys feel after group therapy?
Transcendent. Free, truly free. Out the butthole.
How Jennifer do you feel right now?
Vanilla.
I feel 10 out of 10, Jennifer.